Good morning. Today we are going to speak about the reopening of the Great Sphinx Avenue between the great temples of Karnak and the Temple of Luxor. It's about 1.7 miles between the two temples, and Egypt discovered the first Sphinx in 1949. Please subscribe to our channel to have all the new videos that we have here. The Sphinx Avenue, here we have the Obit Festival, the great festival. It happened always in the second month of the flood season, in which we have all the boats of the gods of the Trinity of Luxor brought from the Temple of Karnak to the Temple of Luxor. So the sources from which we had the festival scenes from the Temple of Karnak, from the Red Chapel of Queen Hatshepsut, and from the colonnade of the Temple of Luxor, the colonnade of King Amenophi III, in which we have the scenes of the ceremony. The Sphinx Avenue is located at the north of Temple of Luxor and linked between the Temple of Karnak and the Temple of Luxor for about 1.7 miles. Luxor is a great city of Egypt, the great capital during the New Kingdom called Thebes, in which we have many monuments. The Sphinx Avenue, as we can see now, dates back to the last dynasty, the 30th dynasty of Egypt, and the ram-headed one dates back to the 18th dynasty, 14 centuries before Christ. Luxor had the Valley of the Kings, had the Valley of the Queens, and on the eastern part of the Nile had Karnak Temple and Luxor Temple. As we said before, from the Red Chapel of Queen Hatshepsut, we had all the sources of the festival, the Obit Festival, in which we can see the dancers, the harpists, they are using the music, and we did the ceremony in the same way we had the old one. So as we can see, we have the dancers, they are going to move from the Temple of Karnak to the Temple of Luxor. So as we can see, the harpist, he is doing the music, playing the music, and in the same way during the ceremony that we did 2 days ago, we used the same way they used in that time. The harpist, as we can see, one of the ancient tools used by the Egyptians during the festivals. And now the boats of the gods going out from the Temple of Karnak, the Trinity of Luxor, God Amon-Ra, Goddess Mut, and God Khonso, going out from the Temple of Karnak towards the Temple of Luxor. So we can see the boats going out from the temples. God Amun-Ra was the most famous god in that time. He was Amun of Luxor. Then we had a combination between Amun and Ra of Heliopolis. And from the new kingdom we had the name Amun-Ra. Then we have his wife called Goddess Mut, like a lady with a double crown on the head. And the son was Khonso, the god of the moon. So during the festival, all the three boats brought by the high priest, and in front of the high priests we have the dancers. As we can see now, we can see the pharaoh. He's lighting the incense in front of the boat of the god. And here we can see the dancers and the high priest, they are doing the same. Here we can see the details of the three boats of the gods: Amun-Ra, Mut, Khonso. During the ceremony, we have many places in which the boat will stop. 6 places. The first stop, it was the Red Chapel in Karnak temple, until they arrived to the temple of Luxor. And once you get inside the first pylon of the temple of Luxor, right hand side we have a chapel did by Queen Hatshepsut for all the 3 gods, or for the Trinity of Luxor. Here we can see the arrival to the temple of Luxor, and we can see the facade of King Ramesses, and we can see one obelisk of King Ramesses. Once the festival arrives to Luxor temple, they will go through the colonnade until they arrive to the open court, or the solar court as they said. Once you arrive to the temple of Luxor, then you have to return back to Karnak, but this time by the river Nile. So we can see the boats in the river Nile going back to the north of Luxor, or to the temple of Karnak. So this is about the Sphinx Avenue of the temple of Karnak and Luxor, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to comment, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Egypt Excavation Tours.